Hello my dear friends, how are you all? I hope you all are good and fantastic. So my dear friends, you are very welcome in our lecture number 2 of areas related to circle. Okay my dear friends, so without wasting the time, let's start. Yes my dear friends, today we are going to discuss sector of the circle. Okay, so in previous lecture, we already learned what is sector of the circle. So now in this lecture we will learn in the detail. Okay, so my dear friends, as we know that a circle has always an important shape among all the geometric figures, as you know that very well. Okay, and and there are very lot of various concepts and formulas related to the circle. In this sector is the most useful of them. Okay, so my dear friends, a sector is said to be a part of a circle made of the arc of the circle along with the two radii, like this. If you can see that these are the two radius and there is an arc, so the area between the two radius and the arc is what? Is the sector. Is what? Yes, is the sector. So it is a portion of circle formed by the portion of the circumference or arc and radii of the circle at the both end of the arc. Okay my dear friends, I hope you get this point. So now my dear friends, this is the angle of this arc, of this sector. This is the angle of sector. Okay, this is angle of sector. Okay, now the sector is divided into two parts. First part is what? First part is our minor sector, and the second part is major sector. Second part is what? Yes, major sector. And these are radius. These length are what? These are radius and these are length. These are what? Yes, length of arc. So my dear friends, I hope you understand these things. Okay, so now let's come on the area of sector. What is? Yes, area of sector. So what is area of sector? So my dear friends, we all know that area of circle is what? Pi r square. Circle is what? Pi r square. Okay my dear friends, I hope you get this point. So area of first of all, we are going to find the area of minor sector. Area of minor sector. So the area of minor sector is theta upon 360 into pi r square. What is? Yes, theta upon 360 into pi r square. Okay my dear friends, I hope you get this point. So this is the area of minor sector. And if we want to find the area of major sector, so area of major sector is what? It is the area of circle minus area of minor sector. As you can in this figure like this, if we have this area of minor sector, and if we want to find the area of major sector, how we can find it? We can find it by subtracting the area of smaller sector, means minor sector, from the area of this circle, this whole circle. Okay, so this will become what? So this will become r. Area of circle is we have pi r square minus area of minor sector we have theta upon 360 degree into pi r square. Okay my dear friends, so this is what? This is area of major sector. Okay my dear friends, I hope you get this point. This is the area of major sector. So my dear friends, these are these formula of sectors which is very important. Okay, yeah. So now let's move on. Now length of arc of the sector. Okay, so what is the formula of length of arc of the sector? So my dear friends, we know this is the length of arc. This is the what? Yeah, let's suppose this is point A and this is point B. So this is what? This is length of arc which is L. So my dear friends, we know that the circumference of the circle is 2 pi r. We know that circumference of circle is equals to 2 pi r. 2 pi r. This is for the whole circle, and in the whole circle we know that the theta is what? 360 degree. Okay, now if we want to find the length of circle at particular theta, means length of arc. Okay, so this will become, we can say it, length of arc named as L is equals to theta upon 360 degree multiply by 2 pi r. Multiply by what? 2 pi r, and this 2 is cancels 360 degree. How many times? 180 times. So this will become theta pi r upon 180. So length of arc is what? Theta pi r upon 180 degree. Okay my dear friends, so this is the length of arc. This is what? Length of arc, theta into pi r upon 180 degree. Okay, so now, so the area of sector with respect to the length of arc, with respect to the what? Length of arc. So my dear friends, in this case, if the length of arc of a sector is given instead of theta, now we have no theta. Okay, means we have just only L, which is length of arc. Okay, this is what? This is length of arc. So my dear friends, there is a different way to calculate the area of sector. Calculate the area of sector. So how we can calculate it? We know that in previous lecture we learned the another formula of length of arc which is equals to what? L is equals to r into theta, because theta is equals to L upon r. Okay, so we can write it like this: L is equals to theta into r, where r is radius and theta is in radian. Here we have to focus on this. Theta is in radian in this case. Okay, now when the angle of the sector is 2 pi is the angle in radian. Okay, when the angle of sector is 2 pi. 2 pi means if you convert it into degree, then this will become 360 degree. Okay, so then the area of sector, which means the area of whole circle, because the angle of sector, if the angle of sector is 2 pi means 360 degree, then it will become the area of circle. this will become whole circle, which is equals to pi r square, which is equals to what? Pi r square. Okay. Now, when the angle is 1, so the area is what? So, area of sector is equals to pi r square divided by 2 pi. Pi r square divided by what? 2 pi. We can write it like this. So now, my dear friends, here from this pi will be cancelled. So it will become what? R square upon 2. R square upon 2. Now, when the angle is theta, when the angle is theta, okay, so the area of sector, in this case, area of sector is equals to what? Theta into r square upon 2. Okay, theta into r square upon 2. Now we know that theta is what? Theta is equals to L upon R. So we can put the value of theta here. So this will become area of sector is L upon R into R square upon 2. So this R and this R will be cancelled. So we have L R upon 2. So my dear friends, area of sector in terms of length of arc, which is equals to L R upon 2. L R upon 2. Okay, my dear friends. So this is the what? Yeah, this is the area of sector in terms of length of arc. So my dear friends, I hope you understand these things. Okay, so now let's do some examples. Yes, if the angle of sector with radius 4 units is 45 degree, we have angle of sector is 45 degree, then find the length of the sector. Find the length of the sector, means length of arc. Okay, my dear friends. So my dear friends, we know that area is equals to what? Theta upon 360 degree into pi r square. Okay, now we know the value of theta, which is 45, and this is 360, into pi into we have r is 4 square. Okay, and this will become 45 upon 360 into, we put the value of pi is 22 upon 7 into, here is 16. Okay, my dear friends. So now if we solve this, then this will become 44 upon 7 square units. Okay, now let's find the length. So the length of the same sector L, which is equals to, we know that theta upon 360 degree into 2 pi r. We know this formula, and theta is 45 degree upon 360 degree into 2 into 22 upon 7 into 4. Okay, so if you solve this, this will become 22 upon 7 unit. 22 upon 7 unit. So this is our result. So L is equals to 22 upon 7 unit. Okay, my dear friends, I hope you get this point. I hope, my dear friends, you understand these things. So now let's move on. Yes, find the area of the sector when the radius of the circle is 16 units and the length of the arc is 5 units. Now we have length 5 units, length of arc is 5 units, and what? And radius of circle is 16 units. Okay, my dear friends. So now in this case, we know that area is equals to LR upon 2. So from this, area is equals to 5 into radius is what? 16 divided by 2. So this will become 8, and we have 40 square unit. 40 square unit. Okay, my dear friends, I hope you understand these things. Okay, so now let's move on. Yes, perimeter of a sector. Now in this we have to find the perimeter of a sector. So the perimeter of a sector is the length of the two radii along with the arc that makes the sector. Means the length of these two radii and this length. So this is what? This is the perimeter of the sector. Okay, my dear friends. So perimeter should be calculated by doubling the square and then adding it to the length of the arc. Okay, so perimeter is radius plus arc length. Okay, so this will become twice of R plus L. Twice of R plus L. Now my dear friends, we know that L is equals to theta upon 360 into 2 pi r. Now put the value in this, so we get perimeter is equals to twice of r plus length of arc, which is theta upon 360 into 2 pi r. So this is the perimeter of the sector. Perimeter of a sector. Okay, so now let's move on. Yes, so the first question is a circular arc whose radius is 12 cm makes an angle of 30 degree at the center. Find the perimeter of the sector formed. We have to use pi is equals to 3.14. Okay, so now in question we have a pi which is equals to 3.14. If there is not available, then we can use pi is equals to 22 upon 7. Okay, now my dear friends, we have r is equals to 12 cm and we have theta is equals to 30 degree. So now my dear friends, we know the formula of perimeter is what? The formula of perimeter is 2r plus theta upon 360 into 2 pi r into 2 pi r. So now put the values. We have r is 12, so 2 into 12 plus we have theta which is 30 degree and this is upon 360 into 2 into 3.14 into what? Into again 12. Now if we solve this will become 12 and this 12 will be cancelled. So we get 2 into 12, 24 plus 2 into 3.14, this is 6.28. Now if we solve this, so we get 30.28 centimeter. So we have perimeter 30.28 centimeter. So this is our answer. This is what? Yes, this is our answer. Okay, my dear friends, I hope you get these things. So now let's move on. Yes, find the area of sector of a circle with radius 6 cm if the angle of sector is what? 60 degree. So very easy. So my dear friends, we have radius 6 cm and theta is what? 60 degree. So now we know that area of sector is what? Theta upon 360 into pi r square. So theta we have 60 divided by 360 into, now in this case we have put the value of pi is 22 upon 7. we have radius is 6 whole square. So now 60 upon 360 into 22 upon 7 into 6 square is 36. So this will become 10, and from 10 and 10 this will be cancelled. So we have 6 to the 12. Okay, and 6 to the 12 plus 1 13 means 132 upon 7 centimeter square. Okay my dear friends, so our answer is 132 upon 7 centimeter square. This is the area of sector. Okay, so now let's move on. Yes, so the next question is, find the area of quadrant of circle whose circumference is 22 centimeter. Whose circumference is what? 22 centimeter. So now my dear friends, what is quadrant? Quadrant is like this. Let's suppose we have a square like this. Okay, now quadrant is a sector which having angle 90 degree, which having an angle 90 degree. Okay, so this is a sector which having an angle 90 degree. So now my dear friends, we have circumference which is equals to 22 centimeter. So with the help of this we can easily find the radius of the circle. So what is the formula of circle? Formula of circle is 2 pi r. Okay, formula of circle is what? 2 pi r. So now my dear friends, this is equals to 22 centimeter. Now here is r is equals to 22 upon 2 pi. 22 upon 2 pi. Okay, and this will become 22 upon 2. Put the value of pi, which is 22, and this 7 will goes to into the numerator. So from this 22 and from this 22 both are cancelled, and we get 7 upon 2. So we have radius is what? 7 upon 2 centimeter. Okay, now from this we can easily find the area of quadrant. Okay, so now my dear friends, we have the area of quadrant is what? Yes, theta upon 360 degree into pi r square. So we have the value of theta is what? 90 degree, and this is 360 degree. Multiply the value of pi is what? 22 upon 7, and the value of radius is what? 7 upon 2 whole square. Okay my dear friend, so now this 0 will be cancelled, and from this 9 the 36 will be cancelled 4 times. So now we have 1 upon 4 into 22 upon 7 into 7 upon 2 into 7 upon 2. We can write it as also. So now this 7 and this 7 will be cancelled. So from 2 this will be cancelled 11 times. So we get 77 upon 8 centimeter square, and if we solve it further we get 9.6 centimeter square. So the area of quadrant is equals to 9.6 centimeter square. Okay, okay my dear friends, this is our answer. So now let's move on. Yes, question number 4 is, the length of the minute hand of a clock is 14 centimeter. The length of the minute hand is what? Yes, 14 centimeter. Find the area swept by the minute hand in 5 minutes. Okay, we have to find the area. We have to find the area swept by the minute hand in 5 minutes. Okay, so now my dear friends, length of minute hand is equals to what? Radius of the clock Okay, or we can say circle. Clock is a circle. Okay, so what is radius? So radius of circle R is what? Is 14 centimeter, which is given. And now we have to find the angle. What is angle? So my dear friends, we know that angle swept by minute hand. Angle swept by minute hand in 60 minutes is what? In 60 minutes it take complete round. Okay, so this will be 360 degree. What? Yeah, this will be what? 360 degree. So now angle swept by minute hand in 1 minute is what? In 1 minute is 360 upon 60. Okay, similarly angle swept by minute hand in 5 minutes. Okay, so this is what? This is 360 upon 60 into 5. So this will give the angle made by minute hand in 5 minutes, which is equals to, if we solve it, this will give 30 degree. This will give what? Yeah, so we have theta is what? So we have theta is 30 degree. Okay, my dear friends. So now we can easily find the area of sector. So the area of sector is what? Is equals to theta upon 360 into pi r square, and we have theta 30 degree upon 360 into 22 upon 7, and radius is what? And we have radius is 14 square. So this will give, and if we cancel this, so we get 12 times. So we have 1 upon 12 into 22 upon 7 into 14 into 14. So 14 will be cancelled from 7 by 2 times, and 2 is divided 12 by 6 times. Okay, my dear friends, and we can solve it further by we can cut it by 3 times, and we can cut 22 by 11 times. So we have what? We have 11 into 14 upon 3. Okay, and if we solve it, we get 154 upon 3 centimeter square. So this is the area of sector made by the minute hand. Okay, I hope, my dear friends, you understand this concept. Okay, so now let's move on. Yeah, so the next question is, to warn ships for underwater rocks, a lighthouse spreads a red colored light over a sector of angle 80 degree. Over a sector of angle 80 degree to a distance of 16.5 kilometer. Find the area of the sea over which the ships are warned. The ships are what? Warned. Now we have pi is what? 3.14. Okay. So now, my dear friends, let's solve this question. So let's suppose there is a circle, and in the middle there is a lighthouse. In the middle there is a lighthouse, and this lighthouse spread a red colored light over a sector of angle like this. This lighthouse is spread a color like this. Let's suppose this is a red color. Okay, and the angle is what? The angle is 80 degree. Okay, and the distance is 16.5 kilometers. So this is the what? This is radius. Okay, so from this we can easily find the area. So the area is, we know that theta upon 360 into pi r square. Okay, the value of theta is 80 upon, this is 360 into. Now in the question we have given the value of pi, which is 3.14 into radius is 16.5 into 16.5. Okay, Now solve this. So this 0 and this 0 will be cancelled. Okay, now we can cut it by 4 how many times? 2 times. And we can cut it again 4 by how many times? 9 times. Okay, my dear friends. Now if we solve this complete equation, we get 189.97 kilometer square. This is the area. This is our answer. Okay, my dear friends, I hope you get this point. So now, my dear friends, this is enough for today, and we will meet in the next lecture with the next amazing topic. So I hope, my dear friends, you enjoyed this lecture. So thank you very much guys for listening me, and take care and goodbye.